Namaste again, my beautiful queens and kings, if any kings are there. You know, I've told myself so many times, and it's amazing. There is expression I'm sure exists in every language, in every culture. In English, they say you live, you learn, but in Slavic languages, we say you live 100 years, you learn all 100 years, and you still die being an idiot. You know, the more I find out, the more I learn, the more I read, the more I understand. I know absolutely nothing. So the thing is that I was trying to accumulate the put together good information on the subject of codependency, and there are good books out there are good articles out there. The problem is that codependency is consisting of so many things. It's not just codependency is this and this. Codependency includes so many traumas, so many types of different mental issues that I started to dig into it, and I've somehow got to this website which called lonerwolf.com, because I wanted to get some information on a little known it's called so little known mental issue called toxic shame. Because I try to avoid all kinds of things. Well, my kids are already big, 16 and 17, but the thing is that because this is a type, the part of codependency, I have found this website which is giving very short, very clear explanations on very, very, very many subjects. And also, they have electronic versions of articles, and they have books you can electronically read, or you can listen to that. I think they have audios. I want to give you explanation on extremely somehow I haven't seen it being talked about for very often, the toxic shame. The same time, it is the part of pretty much all of people who are having issues with themselves, with the self-love, self-respect, and self-value, have been dealing with childhood traumas and toxic shame. I started to look into it, and I found this website, and I please check it out. They don't pay me nothing. I mean, it's not like I found it. I'm gonna share it with you. I'm going to put a link in the description box. I just want to share it with you. And also, many of us don't realize this. Another psychological, emotional, mental problem which we're dealing with, it's the mentality of a victim, especially those of us who have been with childhood traumas, like myself. Okay, who haven't? I do not know anybody who had those who had happy childhood usually grow up being happy people. Unfortunately, childhood trauma caused a lot of things, but if we're dwelling in that childhood trauma and it prevents us living happy life, we have to do something about it. We are not children anymore. We have to take steps to do something about it. So please check this website called lonelywolf.com, and I will tell you a little bit about toxic shaming, and I'm sure you'll recognize yourself here and look into it and see what can be done. This expression, shame on you, all of us heard it as children. So as children, our parents would shame us for doing something not good, not nice in their opinion, in class. And just as our parents or peer group would occasionally shame us, intentionally, with good intentions, or what calls like bad intentions. Unfortunately, this creates a very unpleasant feeling in us. If it comes and goes, if it was something temporarily, probably it didn't cause any problems in your life now. But if it was constant shaming, then it unfortunately, some shaming is normal. It's some emotion we go through. But when it becomes abnormal, it becomes destructive, and we start carrying it inside with us, and it screws up our life. So what is toxic shame? Toxic shame, this term was first offered by psychologist Sylvan Tompkins in 60s, back in 60s. I never heard of it. Unlike normal shame, toxic shame stays buried within the mind, and it becomes, unfortunately, a part of our self-identity. So, in other words, a person suffering from toxic shame will experience a chronic sense of worthlessness, of low self-esteem, of self-loathing, all connected to the belief that they are innately shameful or bad. This toxic shame is internalized and buried shame that roots within us. That is what's scary. This is what we have to acknowledge and do something about it. Of course, it's easier to be a victim and to say, I didn't choose it this way, it just happened, but we are not children anymore. This website has so many useful information which you can have it just under your finger tips, and read it, and then also gives you techniques which you can try. So what causes toxic shame? Of course, again, all the roots are in childhood. Toxic shame is happening through childhood experience. For example, a father or a mother constantly physically punished us, or verbally punished us, or verbally expressed how ashamed and disappointed they were with us. We may have, got this idea through non-verbal even behavior. Maybe their parents looked at us like we are worthless, or we are nothing, or something like this, or they favored other siblings more than us. So unfortunately, it can also happen through school years, through family members. So of course, toxic shame is also caused by extreme form of abuse. Unfortunately, could be a psychological abuse in your childhood, or a use, rape, sexual assault, so on and so on. So toxic shame develops usually in childhood or in youth. It can be developed later as traumatic experience, when you survived a narcissistic manipulator abuse. So you survived a very horrific, dysfunctional, abusive relationship. In such relationship where you were humiliated, where you were rejected, where you were betrayed, so on, or probably, as I said, abused psychologically, physically, so on. What is the difference between shame and guilt? Don't confuse guilt with shame. they might seem kind of similar, but they are different experience, because guilt is feeling sorry for something you have done. Even though I can tell you that in my case, I feel guilt even for something I haven't done. I am a weird creature. I have this very weird problem. When I feel guilt for something, I feel guilt for pretty much everything. Even when I see the ill child, or a woman which has some problem, I don't know, I feel guilty about everything and anything. That's already my issue I have to be dealing with. But usually normal cases, guilt is a feeling sorry for something you have done. So you have done something wrong, you feel sorry. Shame is feeling sorry about who you are as a person. Okay. And toxic shame is feeling bad about who you are as the person all the time. Okay, it's like I'm bad. So I will give you symptoms of toxic shame. If a person who suffered from toxic shame, this is a very painful emotion. It just kind of hangs around you for a long time. It gets stuck in your mind, even in your body, in a posture you have. Toxic shame can sabotage your best efforts, your very best good experiences. It's when you feel not so important, when you feel anxiety. See, this is just so little is talked about it, because classical mental illness, like anxiety, bipolar disorder, the toxic shaming is not kind of it's an issue. I would say it's not a mental illness, but it can be a really, throughout your life. These are the sign. You constantly are revealing traumatic memories from the past, and it causes shame in you. You constantly have low self-esteem. You constantly feeling chronic unworthiness. I'm not worth of anything. I'm worthless. Unfortunately, I have it in me. I fight it with all possible, impossible ways. But unfortunately, I had, you name it, childhood trauma, I will have it. So unworthiness. So then what happens? You keep on coming to dysfunctional relationship. And this cause this scary thing called codependency. There are good books on codependency. You can go Amazon and just see for yourself and look into it. Just don't let it all stay there while doing nothing, because as long as you do nothing, is not gonna change. Self-sabotage, shame, anxiety, or your fear to experience a shame, feeling of being a fraud, feeling of self-victimization. Another problem, self-victimization. I've seen the test, seeing if I do it. Yeah, I still I pat myself like this on the head, and I said, well, at least you're not 100% there anymore. Your body, you're about 20% still there. Self-victimization, settling for unfulfilling jobs, settling for unfulfilling relationship, settling for unfulfilling situation, angry or defensive persona as well. Another problem, people pleasing. Okay, it's just I have to please everybody, even perfectionism. Frequently, you almost always feel a sense of guilt. Unfortunately, it causes addictions as well. This causes depression, this causes anxiety, and this causes also PTSD. Core beliefs, common core beliefs that a person who suffers from toxic shame. Core beliefs, please check if you have any. I am unlovable. I am worthless. I am stupid. I am a bad person. I am a phony. I don't matter. I am defective. I am a failure. I am ugly. I shouldn't have been born. Any of this? I would say I have all of them. I have all of them, and I got to start working harder on that. You see, we have to acknowledge it, and we have to do something about it, at least something. So now I will tell you how to heal toxic shame. So again, core beliefs: I am unlovable. I am worthless. I am stupid. I'm a bad person. I am a phony. I don't matter. I am defective. I am a failure. I am ugly. I shouldn't have been born. Now, please check everything I just told you. You can read it on this website, lonerwolf.com. How to heal your toxic shame, okay? Believing that you are innately and fundamentally unworthy, inadequate, and despisable as a human being is incredibly hard to live with, and you should do something not to live with it. If you're struggling with this issue, you need to do something about it. Having struggled with toxic shame, I can tell you that I will try to do everything to deal with it. So here are the methods which you can try, my beautiful queens. My mom brought me this is the 13 herbs. She uses this tea. She puts her 13 herbs there. Number 1, look in the mirror. This is called the mirror exercise. So just take a mirror or put a mirror in front of you. Just have a mirror in front of you. Mirror exercise is one that you need to prepare a space for by first relaxing and setting aside just 5 to 10 minutes. Once you have set aside a quiet space, you need to sit in front of a mirror or stand if you have to. Look directly into your eyes and allow yourself to feel any of the emotions that arise. Feel, don't suppress. You have to feel any of the emotions that arise. You might cry. Some people cry when they do it for the first time. It is fine. Don't suppress it. All the pent up emotions, you have to face. All those emotions you have been storing into yourself for many years, if they just start to flood out, just let them. All the self-hatred you are carrying, everything, just let yourself cry if you feel, if you need to. You might also experience a feeling of disgust, feeling of embarrassment, feeling of shyness, feeling of awkwardness or anger. It is okay. Experience all those emotions. Experience all the range of those emotions. You have to let them out. Experience them. Do not suppress them. Don't let them dwell there deep inside, destroying your life. Once you let any emotions out, it is now time to let outside in. By that, you mean you need to gaze at yourself in the mirror. Look into your eyes and think of something sincerely loving and caring, and say it to yourself. I love you. I accept you. For me, it was a nightmare. Honestly, girls, like for me, it was like, I love you. Yeah, right. I accept you. Of course I do. You got to deal with it. You got to learn teach yourself and learn to do it, so then you can help other. I've read somewhere such expression: you cannot heal others if you yourself were not hurt and didn't heal yourself. Only if you had the same wound and you found the way and you've learned to heal that wound on yourself, then you can teach others and help others to heal those wounds. So you look into the eyes of yourself and you say, I love you, I accept you. That little amount of you, or this little amount of you who are twin flames, what happens sometimes when you look in a mirror, you see him, not yourself. Do it with him. Is if you see his face out there, then you say it. You pretty much, whatever you're saying to him, you're saying to yourself. Say it, please. I love you. I accept you. You are worthy. You are beautiful. You deserve to be loved. You deserve respect. You deserve beautiful things. You deserve. If you have to write it down, maybe you want to write down more, just write it down and stick it on the mirror. You have to do it 5 minutes a day at least. I love you. I accept you. You are worthy. You are beautiful. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel joy. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Whatever you want to write there. When you're finished, smile to yourself in the mirror. I mean, it's difficult. Mainly, you know how we do it. We look in the mirror like, oh, whatever. When I pass by, I look in the mirror, I just do this. Whatever. Like that. Don't do this anymore. Just stop that. Just stop. When you're finished, smile to yourself in the mirror. Notice if your face look different or not. My beautiful queens, I know it's hard. I know, but we got to do something with those traumas, with those wounds, if we want to live different life. If we want to live differently, if we want those beautiful relationships filled with love and joy, we got to build those relationships with ourselves. Hug yourself. Just imagine that you are hugging yourself. Encourage yourself. They have on this website mirror work article. You can go to that article and read more about it. Please check it. I'm going to give you the link. I just by a chance, I just got to it just by a pure chance, but the pure chance coincidence don't happen. So I'm instantly sharing with you because I recognize this. I just couple days ago, I was on the phone with my one of my best friends. I have amazing friend. I'm like, I'm worthless. I'm totally worthless. Like, why you think I'm worthless? I'm stupid. I'm not beautiful. I'm this and this. I You see this, I have these wounds, I have tons of those wounds, and I try to learn to heal them and to tell you how to. Let's stop hurting. Exercise number 2, release tension from your body. Our thoughts, my queens, our emotions and traumas are stored within our bodies as sickness and muscle pain. Unfortunately, sometimes we carry it from past lives. I know it from, for example, of my own son, Alexander, who had been a warrior for several lives on a battlefield with a sword or whatever weapon he had, pretty much a sword most of the time. When he was little, he would tell me, I want my Schweit, and I bought him this, plastic little thing, and he was like, it's not my Schweit. He carried it with him into this one. The most common area where shame is stored is your lower back and your stomach. Okay. So that's where you have the muscle tension there. In order to improve the process of healing, please learn to calm and to soothe your body. Practice whatever yoga, tai chi, massage is a wonderful thing, or stretch, or do, or anything you can. Of course, deep tissue massage. Okay, if you live nearby, of course, I would give you a massage. I am an amazing masseuse myself, but of course, just try whatever is available for you. Learn to release tension from your body. 3, please become aware of self-destructive thoughts. Become aware. Just explore your core beliefs. Explore. These are essentially this darkened lenses that you see yourself through. You can get yourself a private journal, record those thoughts and feelings about them. It's important that you do it, so you do your inner work. Again, more tips and more recommendations is going to be on this website. Practice, number 4, practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is about showing yourself your genuine concern, showing yourself care, showing yourself love. Okay, it takes a while to shift from self-hating mindset to self-compassionate mindset. It takes time. Start small. Do one caring thing for yourself every day. For example, whatever. Tell yourself, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. Take care of your, spiritual, physical needs. As I say, like, get yourself a bowl of ice cream. Do what you would enjoy. Remove toxic people from your life if you can. If you want, do something for yourself. If you want to lose weight, then just instead of 10 cookies, eat 2 cookies or something like this. Express every day your love to yourself. Find the way to express every day the love to yourself. Do it every single day, no exceptions, every single day. Number 5, the most, in my opinion, the most important, reparent your inner child. We all have it. Toxic shame has its roots in childhood abandonment, in childhood abuse, in childhood trauma. Narcissism also comes from childhood trauma. Once mama gave you away to grandma, or mama gave you away to somebody because she couldn't take care of you or some other reasons. Then mama took you back, but in your head, mama abandoned you. Bam, you get a root of childhood trauma in men. It comes out, and later narcissist manipulator. What narcissist does, narcissist wants to deserve and get love from outside, because inside he doesn't have it. Reparent your inner child. As such, feeling better will almost always go back to accessing your childhood self. Click in this website, find this article, and you need just to click this article called Inner Child Work. I am running out of time, and I will click the link under, so you can access it from your phone, from anything you want, and check it out yourself. By accessing your inner child, you will be able to release those emotions, the pain which happened in your childhood, and this way you would be able to heal faster. Inner child work is self-compassion in action. It's like when you learn to reparent your inner child, you develop a deep connection with yourself. I hope, my beautiful queens, in my opinion, this is extremely important information. If I come with more information like this, I will try to give it to you. And I am asking, please don't just let it all be there inside of you, destroying your life. Try to heal, at least do the simplest thing is the mirror exercise, and telling yourself, I love you, I accept you, I deserve to be loved and to be happy. Again, I will put the link under the video. Namaste, my beautiful queens.